All right, so Facebook has made the official announcement, has released the white paper, and this whole thing has the community somewhat divided. On the one hand, you have people saying that this is going to be the end of cryptocurrencies, that they're all going to die, that Facebook is going to take over, and of course, that's the FUDsters. And on the other side, you have people saying that without a doubt, this is excellent for Bitcoin because it's going to normalize it. I am somewhere towards that side, towards the guys that are looking at this as a positive, but there's some caveats, there's some things that I do think are relevant about what the FUDsters are talking about. In my opinion, and that's all it is, it's just an opinion, Facebook Libra might actually kill a lot of altcoins. And the reason being because there is hundreds, if not thousands, of coins at this point that don't really have users. Meaning that even though they were meant to solve an issue, they were meant to like fix a problem, they never did, and they just became speculative markets. You know, it's kind of like that meme going around of the guy that he wanted to work out in his home, but he was tired of seeing the wall, so then he made a workout machine that he could put on the street with wheels so he could jog and see the outside. And it's a hilarious meme, but it kind of shows more or less what's happening with the world of cryptos. You can just be jogging, you don't need a machine to do that. And there's hundreds laughable coins out there that don't really solve an issue. They're just like, oh, let's do this, let's put a logo in, and let's make it happen. I do believe that when Facebook Libra comes out, most of the very speculative investments, those are the ones that, we could call it micro caps or tiny caps or what have you, are just going to disappear altogether. Because as we know now from the announcement, Facebook Libra is going to have a smart contract component to it, which is really going to, again, this is my opinion, which I think is really going to take most of the developers from all those tiny projects. Why would you spend time developing for a project that is struggling to get users, struggling to actually make revenue and make you money, when you can tap into Facebook coin that has billions of daily users and you can make a fortune? At the end of the day, and this is as plain as it gets, the people that are interested in creating for this new emerging markets are people that are developing and creating are people that want to become wealthy. And even though you might say, oh, greedy bastards, well, everybody is driven in one way or another by greed. So if you are somebody that is doing really highly speculative investments, which it's hard to call them investments, I call them more gambles. I think, again, my opinion that the time is near, I think those are going to end up dying. And the ones that are going to survive are the ones that actually have been solving issues. So if we talk about projects, for example, like Steam, which of course I'm biased, but that has basically been an excellent solution for censorship. So if you have projects built on Steam like 3Speak or what have you, that they are the alternative to YouTube and YouTube censorship, you're going to have projects like Voice on EOS that are also tackling that subject. The idea of you being able to be censored and social media becoming more publishers and thought police than anything else. Well, those I think have a place. Now, do I believe that when Facebook Libra comes out that they're not going to be touched or hurt by the release? No, I think even within those projects there's going to be some trialing times, but I don't see how a company that has had so much controversy regarding banning, regarding what they allow, don't allow on the platform, is really going to take over the market of ideas, with opening the door so that everybody that has an opinion can express it. Now, here's the element that I think protects the big coins. So of course when I say that, I mean the big caps. The Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ripple, even all Ethereum and what have you. If you read into the white paper, it seems that Facebook coin Libra is not going to be permissionless. So that means, without a doubt, that one of the core values of cryptocurrency, which is that you don't need anybody to tell you that you can or cannot transact with somebody else, which in my opinion it is pivotal for the concept of cryptocurrency. Well, that value is just out the door. Basically, if you are paying and receiving payments on Libra, they can block you, they can deny payments, they can ban you. And that means, in my opinion, that there's not going to be any dethroning of Bitcoin, because that is the appeal. But on top of that, you have the simple fact that as a retail investor, it would be extremely hard for you to actually create wealth using Facebook Libra, because as far as we know today, it's a speculative asset, yes, but the risk is very little. It's really supposed to be a stable coin. So the idea being that if everything goes well and you can invest on on their infrastructure, yes, you can make money, but you need like $10 million to get in or something of the sort to run a node, and there's a separate set of tokens that get issued for them, and they're going to be like stock or what have you, so they can make money that way. But when it comes down to retail investors, which is what I'm really talking about, you can't really just buy Libra and sit on it and wait to, and hodl like the people that are involved in Bitcoin and Litecoin and, Ethereum, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't think it's going to do anything there. Now, one thing that it is interesting to see, though, or one thing that is going to be really interesting to see how it plays out, is the connection, or at least the parallels, between how WeChat works in China and how WhatsApp Messenger, which is a program that not many people use in the US, but it's very used everywhere else, how it's going to be similar or different. Because in places like South America, and I've been there a bunch of times, my family still lives in South America, everybody uses WhatsApp. And the idea that Facebook Libra could be integrated with WhatsApp, and that you could, pay for your taxi, pay for a meal, or what have you, in the same way that China does. They use WeChat over there. It's going to be a great way, in my opinion, to introduce the convenience of digital assets, of digital currency. So in that sense, I think it's going to help a lot of people just kind of make the change, the psychological change between using physical dollars, and I'm talking about in developing countries because they still prefer to deal with cash, and starting to use digital assets. And it's going to be, in that sense, life-changing for a lot of people. It's going to make things a lot easier, and just about everybody has a cell phone these days, so it's going to help all these people that don't have bank accounts all of a sudden be able to bank, which is pretty awesome. But the other element, which I think is very important, is that it's going to normalize the concept to where other people who can invest, or who are not computer illiterate but have doubts on this whole Bitcoin thing, Bitcoin craziness, this change is going to make them reconsider their positions. Because I've already had a conversation with one of my brothers, who he's kind of a skeptic when it comes down to this stuff. And if Facebook is getting involved, and this is how some people are going to think, if Facebook is getting involved, then maybe there's something to it. So maybe I should look into Bitcoin. Maybe I should look into Ethereum. Okay, explain to me what it is that cryptocurrencies do. And when that door is open, then that means that a lot more people are going to come flocking in. So if out of the billions of users that Facebook integrates, 10%, 5%, 20%, I have no idea, of those people all of a sudden start becoming hodlers of, last resort, as they're called, or not even hodlers, but they start to use tokens. They start to investigate, oh, like what does this currency do? Oh, look, Steam, if I don't want to be censored, I'm a content creator. Oh, look at this, I can, make payments with this coin called Monero, and it can be anonymous, and that way, if I want to buy some adult content, nobody has to know it was me. And I'm sure some people are thinking about that, because when it comes down to today, transacting in cash is anonymous. Nobody knows if you bought something that is embarrassing. But if you were to adopt this whole Libra thing and you wanted to buy, let's say that, adult content, you want to buy, you know, underwear like lingerie or something of the sort, and you're feeling bashful about it. Well, then using Facebook Libra, they're going to keep track of everything, and I know what wallet went to one wallet and who's buying what, because they're going to have all your information. So I don't see, in that sense, Libra taking over the whole market. All right, but that being said, I understand the concerns. I just don't think that this is one of the doomsday scenarios that some people are making it to be. Well, that's going to be it for my short video. I hope you liked it, and if you have some concerns or you think I'm wrong about something, just let me know in the comments below.